Literal equations. So I'm going to start with a much simpler equation, this one. Area equals length times width. Area of parallelogram, right? And I'll tell you that and again, area, I'll just say it's 6 meters squared. The width is 3 meters. What's the length? And we could certainly plug this all in here, where A equals 6. The length, I don't know what that is. But the width is 3. So whatever the width is, we're multiplying it times the length to figure out what the area is, right? Right? And of course, then I could solve my one-step equation. My length equals 2 meters. Do you agree with that? Right. So what we're trying to do today is we are solving for L. And we want to write the equation in the sense that L equals what? And this will be, again, I can't guarantee how far the science book will go. When I taught it my first year, though, we had to do some of this in the chemistry and physics stuff. If we don't do it in this science book, you'll definitely do it next year in Mrs. Melcher's room in science. But you'll have to rewrite these equations to solve for different variables, is what we're trying to do here. Boys, what's the problem?
My video is
Huh?
My video is
Your video's what?
isn't working.
I went through this. Any other video not working?
Yeah,
Mine
but if you
was
skip
working.
ahead to like 15 minutes, yeah, if you go to 15, it's
I went through
mine
it.
didn't fit the glitch.
Okay.
It's at like
I went
11.
through it. I didn't have any glitches, so I thought it
I
was
thought, yeah, like,
I'm at like
okay.
20.
We'll try moving it ahead a minute or something.
yeah, they need
About 30.
30 minutes.
All right, good. We've solved that. So what I'm saying to do is I want to rewrite this equation where L equals what? I want to write this equation to solve for L, not for A, because that's how it is. This is the area equation, but I want to write the equation for L. How do I do that? So we're going to use the same thing that whatever we do to one side of the equation, we have to do to the other. And we're going to do multiple steps to kind of move things back and forth. On the equations you're going to see here, it's more confusing than it probably seems because for the most part, it's mainly variables that we're working with here. There's not a lot of numbers involved in this stuff here. You've done plenty of algebra work where you've moved the numbers from one side to the other, adding this, subtract that, move it to this side, move it back to that side. So it's the same concepts you've done, but with variables, okay? So it says solve for the given variable. So in this case here, if I said this, I'd say solve for L. So area equals length times width for L. So all I need to do is one step. What am I doing to L over here? By W. So how do I undo that? Yeah, I could divide both sides by W because what cancels out? That. And what's my new formula? Area over the W equals the length. Solved. That is the formula written to solve for the given variable, in this case L. And you can test it. If I plug everything in, the area is 6, the width is 3, 6 divided by 3 does equal 2. That is the correct answer, right? So we're just rewriting things for different variables, okay? Let's try number 5. It says the perimeter equals 2. Length plus width, and then we're solving for the length. So first thing we'd probably want to do is get rid of the brackets, right? So that's what I do first. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to distribute into the brackets here. Now, truthfully, I can do this 2 different ways. So let's see what happens here, because there's a better way I could have solved this. What should I do next?
Add them.
I want to solve for L. I want to rewrite for L. What am I doing to L? Multiplying by 2. And what else am I doing to L? I'm
Adding.
2W. Looks kind of like a two-step equation because I'm multiplying it and I'm adding it. What do you think I should get rid of first?
2.
Okay, so 2 what?
L.
I'll subtract the 2. No, I can't move in that because I'm solving for L. I want to get rid of everything that's over there. So I got P minus 2W equals 2L. Now what do I want to do?
I want add.
What am I doing to L?
Multiplying by 2.
Right, so how do I undo that? I want to divide both sides by 2. So now I got L. So what do I have left? P over 2. And then this just cancels out. And there it is. P over 2 minus W equals L. Another way I could have did this one, same one here. And this would be a faster way. What could I do first? I could divide everything by 2 first because this is sitting outside of the box. Basically, I just have a fraction here, 2 over 2 at this point. So that cancels out. I still got the P over 2, but now I have P over 2 equals length plus width, right? I just canceled this out here. Whatever I do on one side, I got to do the same thing to the other. But now, same thing. What am I doing to L? I'm adding W. How do I undo that? Just subtract a W from both sides. And then on this side, I still got the P over 2. There's the W I just subtracted. And I get the same answer either way here. Depending if I solve the 2-step, remove this, remove, add, subtract, then multiply. But since this is outside of the box, like if I just cover that box up there, I've just written a fraction, 2, 2, which is the same thing as 1. Anything times itself is itself, right? I canceled it before I distributed. Try number 9. And then it's basically saying S has to be a positive number here. It's talking about real numbers here. So now it says solve for S. What does S equal? One step move. Sam,
Huh?
what's S? Only one move to make. Faith?
Figure it
Colin?
out. I don't know.
Generally, this is an easy lesson for people. Right, exactly. I'm solving for S, not S squared. How do I undo that?
Root it.
Right, so if I square root both sides, what does S equal?
A.
There's my answer. Right? All I did was square root this, square root that, because the square root cancels this out, and then whatever I do to one side, I got to do the same thing to the other. Right? Great. Try number, I don't know if you want to try 11. You probably don't. 11's pretty brutal here. Let's try this one here. No, we won't try that. Y equals mx plus b. Slope-intercept formula. Chapter 6. You'll learn this one. Colin, which letter do you want to solve for? The M, the X, or the B? You pick. Colin wants to solve for? Rewrite in terms of... How about this? Sam, you rewrite in terms of M. Faith, you rewrite in terms of X. Colin, you rewrite in terms of B.
Solve for B.
Right. Solve for M, solve for X, solve for B. Rewrite the equation. So Sam, M equals what? Faith, X equals what? Colin, I made it up. It's the slope-intercept formula. So 3 different formulas.
But how are we supposed to find a number if we don't?
There is no number. You're, M equals what? You got Y equals MX plus B. This is solving for Y. I want you to solve for M.
Oh.
Faith, I want you to solve for X, and Colin, I want you to solve for B. This equation is written to solve for Y. So M equals, you'll have the Y, the X, and the B somewhere over there on the other side, but how are they looking? Well, you can go whenever you're all ready. I don't care. Tell me when you guys are ready. Anybody? Anybody?
I think so.
Huh?
I think so.
All right. So Sam, you're solving for X. So what did you do first?
Well, I thought
Or you're solving for M. I'm sorry. So what did you do first?
I subtracted B.
Okay. I can do that. So then I got Y minus B equals MX.
And then you divide X by both sides.
Uh-huh.
So it's Y minus B over X equals M.
That's exactly correct.
Let's go.
There it is for M.
Okay, I might possibly, if it's wrong, I wanna try again.
All right, Colin, you're solving for B.
Yep, I divided by mx.
Okay, so what's my new equation?
Y over mx equals b.
Solved.
There we
That's
go.
it. And again, since this is one term here, it's not separated by an adding or subtracting sign, so I can move it all at once. And again, what he did there is just multiplied both sides by mx. Or, I'm sorry, divided by mx. That's all you did there. Canceled. It did nothing to simplify over there, and that's it. So there's B. Faith? Quit the drumming, Damien. I'm trying to teach. So, Faith, what do you want to do first here? Okay, I can do that. So then what's my new equation? Where's the y? And what did you remove? What did you accomplish? Okay, so then if I divide over there, I gotta divide over there. So what's that give me for an equation?
Y over M equals X plus B over M.
Right, but this canceled out right there. Because on top, if I just get rid of this, because this is multiplying, this basically turns into a 1, is what happened here. So it's gone. And that's good. That's one of the things you want to do. You want to get the m out of there, and now you want to right, because what am I doing to x? I'm adding. How do I undo that? I subtract the b from both sides. So then my equation would be
Y over M minus B equals M.
right, just like that. So it's weird because it's all these variables here, but the principle is the same. Just whatever I do to one side, I do to the other here. And again, there's more than one variable, so therefore it's going to take multiple steps to kind of get everything moved. You just got to focus on one at a time. Which one can I get rid of? I got to get rid of this, get rid of that. Okay, let's look at number 13. It says, solve in relation to pi, okay? C equals pi diameter, and then it says the D is 42 inches. So this one's pretty ridiculous, to be honest with you. So if I'm representing in terms of pi, it's saying don't turn pi into anything, just leave it like this. And all I'm doing is multiplying pi times the diameter, so the answer would be 42 pi inches. Try 15. Volume equals length times width times height. So two things. One, rewrite in the solve for the variable we don't know, in this case the length. So rewrite the equation to solve for L and then solve it for L. But rewrite the equation in terms of L. Should only have to do one thing. Rewrite it. So one move to rewrite. So if I write the equation in terms of L, Colin, what's my equation? L equals,
Oh. So you want a number for L?
right now I want the equation. Then we'll solve it.
Oh, so L equals, wait, I was doing this wrong. Can you come back to me? I was doing this wrong.
I said to do two things. Rewrite the equation in terms of the variable you're solving for, which is L, and then solve it for L. Faith.
75.
No, rewrite the equation in terms of L first, then solve. Was I not clear about this? I thought I was. Sam.
V over WH.
Thank you. Yeah, all I did was divide both sides by WH. Canceled. That's it. One move. Doing this is the main objective. Solving this, we'll do that when we get to our geometry portion of the year here. And we will have our 3-dimensional. But for now, this is the main objective. And it says, cool, now that you've done that, plug everything in. So 75 feet, and I'm going to write it this way. A foot times a foot times a foot times 3 feet times 5 feet. So 3 times 5 is 15. But then that foot cancels, that foot cancels, that cancels. The answer is, the only thing that's left and the only label that's left, 5 feet. Right? 5 feet. Try number 21. This time you're just solving for the unknown variable. You do not have to rewrite. So when you get to 18, 20, and 22, you do not need to rewrite.
Mr. Buffett, do you have to write the problem in the homework? Yes.
I believe so, yes. These are going to require a fair amount of work. Yes, you will need to write out the problems today, the whole problem, and then solve it.
Can you like do it on another piece of paper?
Why can't you do it in your notebook? Isn't that another piece of paper?
It's just gonna take up a lot of space.
Yes, that's why you bought 2 notebooks.
Oh
The class
my.
supply list said have 2 5-subject notebooks for math class. 2.
Okay.
And then usually about the second half of the year, you'll start your second notebook out. Right, so, right. Utilize it. Write big.
Roasted.
Not meant to roast. Right up, it will take time. The video takes a while, the homework's gonna take a while. You guys have a big week. You'll have 3 long math lessons. But no lesson on Thursday, so you got that. Okay. So don't need, it's already in terms of P, there's no need to rewrite. So all I would really need to do is just plug and solve. So 2a plus b, nope. What's 2 times 3/4 plus 3 1/4? Which one of you fine people was able to solve this?
Oh,
Sam?
I was reading it as 2 and 3
P
fourths.
equals 3 over 2 plus 13 over 2.
It sounds like you could simplify that into just a number.
Well, yeah, and it's P equals 16 over 4, which P equals 4.
P equals 4. Is that what the book has? Faith? 4 3/4.
Oh, I see what it is. I see what
So 2 times 3/4 is 6/4. That's 1 2/4. Multiply 2 times 3, 4 times 1, 6 over 4. I left it in that form because the other one has a 4. 1 2/4 plus 3 1/4 is 4 3/4.
I see what it is.
Right. Last one, 25. Word problem. Let's do it. There we go. The perimeter of a square tile is 28 8/10 feet. What is its area? You don't really need to rewrite it or anything here. Perimeter is whatever a side is times 4, right? Sum of the sides, perimeter, burp, 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 burp. So the total, 28 8/10. But to find the area, I need to know what the sides are and multiply times 2 or square it, I guess. One and the same.
I'm a bit slow. I can do something with the area.
Jackson, find something else to do.
Wait, what does the S mean?
Side.
Side
Oh,
means the area is one of the sides square, the perimeter is whatever a side is times 4.
okay.
Alright, so the area is, anybody?
51.84.
51.84? You mean 51 8400s if
Yeah,
that's the
whatever.
answer?
That's what
And it would be feet squared if that was right.
I got. I believe so.
I agree, how'd you get it?
You divide both sides by 4.
Right, because this is the total, so one side, how much is 1?
7.2.
7 2/10. And now that I know how much the sides are, just times 2 or square it. 51 8400 feet squared is correct. Okay. I think so. So, little weird.